Hi, it is the meditation matrix time. So yesterday a friend left a message for me in the human operating system Facebook group and asking a questions how to control feelings and emotions. I think that is a good question, so today I'd like to share with you all. Now, before I share what my view is, I like to make a note here that if we have emotions and feelings issue, because this issue come with different level, we might need professional medical help. Okay, so this human operating system, which is I'm sharing with you, is like what? It's like the car. When we buy a car, we have an operating manual. Okay, so you can look at this as an operating manual of a car, but it says operating manual of us human. Now, with the operating manual, we know that if the engine light is light up, then we need to bring the car to the service center. Okay, so service center is like professional medical help. Okay, just because we have an operating manual doesn't mean that we can play the expert in the service center. Okay, so we have the operating manual so that we can make the full potential use of us human, but when we need help, we need help. Okay, so the human operating system is not going to replace the professional healthcare. And in fact, if you're not sure, you want to check the healthcare. For example, when you drive a car, when you are not sure, you bring it to the car service center. It has to be like that. Okay. Now, one other thing before we get into this, how to control feelings and emotions sharing, I like to share with you, and this is also related to this topic. Okay, so this few days, start yesterday, that in the news, in YouTube, we can view or watch the famous people talking about the AI is like a genie. Once you release AI outside, then you cannot get it back to the bottle. Okay, I like to share with you one thing. Okay, that point of view, that release the genie out and cannot get it back, so the genie will control us, it's true that it's truth there, or it is correctness there. However, I like to share with you this, okay, which is I see this as the root issue. Okay, it is not the genie that we cannot bring it back to the bottle or handle it. So this is the issue which I see. I want to share with you guys. This is our famous calmness and awareness map. Okay, so this is 1, 2, 3, 4, and then it's go far away. This is the samadhi state. Okay, where samadhi is not only limited to Buddhism. It can be Taoism, Buddhism, Hinduism, and different religion, Christianity, and everything. Okay, it is a state of us human. Okay, so let's not limit it or stamp it with a label there. Okay, now So this negative 1, this negative 2. Okay, now the guy who invented AI, okay, because they have this calmness, say 1.8, and then you have this awareness, and then it study the AI, which is the insight meditation they apply. They develop the AI, artificial intelligence, right? Now, if we train our next generations to be within 1 to -1, okay, our youth, our generation, on that, we train them that way, or if we educate them that way, you know what? On smartphone 24 hours a day, okay? Get stimulus by the what do you call it? Video games and all kinds of stuff. The emotions, the feelings, all handled by that, influenced by that, that video games or by the smartphone, a tablet. Since kids, practically you babysit the kids with the tablet or smartphone, those things. And you develop this thing, your calmness here, okay? So your insight, your awareness will be here, and then your insight will be here, okay? Even though over here you can say, oh, everything is mindfulness. But you're here. Now it look like the generations which is invented, created the AI, is having the calmness here, the awareness of here, and the insight of here. Now, how the world, our next generations, is going to handle this genie out the bottle? No way you can handle that. Okay? So, we need to bring human to here. Say 4, how about? And then we have an insight meditation here. While this is genie right now is within the boundary. So, is that a problem? No, it's not a problem. We make this way, we can make artificial intelligence work for us. This way, we become the slave because our capability is within the guy, the scientist who developed the AI. Okay. So again, this is related to what we want to talk about, the emotions and the feelings. If we're keeping handled by this thing, by stimulant of the video games and all kinds of stuff with our smartphone and with the tablet, we have no idea what is calmness. We can keep talking about mindfulness, but we do not know that the mindfulness actually is a functions of the calmness. It depends on your calmness, and then we keeping get every information from your smartphone or the tablet and the artificial intelligence or virtual assistant. Where are you going to go? Will the virtual assistant not tell you who you are, like train you? Will the virtual assistant be able to know this thing? Know what's the need of human? It doesn't. So if we keeping training our generation, young generation that way, which they don't even know they are human, sure, you're going to trap them. Okay? So this is the view I feel that I need to share with you this, okay? Before we get into the real, the emotion and the feeling handling. And think about it. Think about it. We all human, disregard of race, nation, country. We all want our next generation to be good. We all want our human race to be good. So think about it, okay? Now, so how to handle the how to handle or control the feelings and emotions? Well, in general, because we know the human operating system, okay, we actually want to use the three principle of the human operating system to handle this emotions and feelings, okay? Because as the three principle, first you have the H model, meaning that we know accurately what is going on. The second is we have the H core of the three principle, the second principle, which is the calmness. We need to have that calmness. The third is the third principle, the H handling, meaning that we need to aware of what it is, we need to adjust, and we need to leave it alone to let the emotion untie itself. Okay. So like a what do you call it? A knot, like a knot. Look at emotion and feeling is like a knot. We need to know what it is. We need to know how to untie this, and then we need to know how to leave this alone. So with this, I will not say how to control feelings and emotion. I will say how to manage or how to handle the feeling and emotions. Because we do not want to brute force our human body. We need to understand the human body. It's just like, for example, the breathing. You don't want to brute force the breathing. The breathing have its own resonance, rhythm, and so forth. Different people, based on different health conditions, they are different. So like in the H handling principle, there is the what do you call it? You're aware of the subject, and then you want to adjust it or balance it, and then you want to leave it alone. Well, leave it alone meaning that you want the subject to be naturally get into its natural resonance, while the adjusting it is actually a kind of manipulation, a kind of control. But as we know from this principle, we cannot control that stuff. It's just like breathing. How long can you control that breathing? You probably can control, say, what, 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 5 minutes? And how about the rest of the day? You let it, you need to let it run by itself. So the Chinese, for thousands of years, the Chinese always have this model of when they deal with the human operating system. The model is like managing or handling a flood. Okay, you cannot brute force that water of the flood. You need to manage it by the nature. That is how the Chinese way of handling the water and so forth. Okay, so another way they say is that it is called handling it in the soft way, not brute force it. You lead the entire thing so that it change. Instead of building this dam or anything, try to stop that water or try to control it, brute force. You just lead the water of the flow so that it do good. Okay, it can be used as agriculture or something else. Okay, so that is really important to know. We don't want to control this. Okay, now I can show you one thing, okay, by news. If you try to control things, this is a fact of trying to control. Okay, so you see that this is the calm level, this is the active level. it keeping going up and down. Try to control it. But well, you cannot win this game. You see, you control it down, you're going to spike up. You're going to control it down, it's going to spike bigger up. You're going to control it down, it's going to spike up. So you're going to drain yourself. That's why the second handling, the second of the handling principle. So in the three principle of human operating system, the last one is the principle of handling, edge handling, and the second of that principle, which is the first is adjust. The first is aware. The second is adjust. The third is to leave it alone. The second is adjust. You cannot keeping stay at adjust like that, because the more you adjust, if you don't leave it alone, it's going to bounce back. Okay. So that's why you don't want to do meditations using a lot of biofeedback thing. Well, I want to control this way. You go one direction, it's just like a Newton's law. Okay, you go one direction, you have an action, and it's going to have a reaction force. And you don't want to deal with that, because the more action, the more force you use, is going to bounce back more. It's like in this brainwave, in this Muse practice. When you look at that, you know that guy is not doing meditation. He's trying to control things, and you're not going to get good result for that. And I can show you one thing. Okay, so I want to show you here. So you see, this is not trying to control. This is set it up so that let it alone. Okay, this is one type of meditation, while this type is trying to control. You can see the difference. You set it up, you let it calm down, and then you get up from the meditation. And this one is like you try to control it, and you end up there, you're stuck there. Okay, so it's very important, like the third principle of the human operating system. You need to aware of what you want to do. Sure, you can adjust and balance it, and you need it, and then you have to leave it alone and let it run by itself, not try to go control it all the time. Okay, meditator, we need to watch out for that, and especially like some kind of thing is like a meditation which is like you have this I look at it like the artificial intelligence, the Q learning. It reward you with this sound or this sound, and when you really want to get the reward of a certain sound, and that is where you start to control them, and then you attach to it, and then you're not going to be calm, because all your mind is thinking control something. Okay, so be with this questions, how to control feelings and emotion. Let's not talk about control. Let's talk about how to handle it, how to manage it, how to manage it naturally. Okay, so that we can live with it and it become positive, not try to oppose it. Okay, now in order to know how to handle these emotions, okay, we need to know how this the usual emotion in general start. Okay, so in general, okay, in general, let me draw this first. This is calmness, this is awareness, this is 0, calmness, 1, 2, -1, -2. Okay, now in general, just very general, like an emotion, it start with what? Say at calmness 0, over here. Then you have this 4-layer models. Okay, this 4-layer model. You have the physical, you have the mind, you have the breathing, you have the energy neural. So at this mind level or mind layer or the mind elements, because of some stimulant, you start to have your mind run on or drifting, okay, to a certain thing, okay. Just like if somebody says something, then the mind starts spin, okay. And then because it's spinning, it is like it start to influence other elements or other layer. And at that time, when you notice your body have a sensation, everything, you already say you get into the negative 1.2. So meaning that the mind starts spiraling here, okay, run on and get into certain thing. And then it starts to influence the other elements of the 4 core elements of the layer. So by the time you feel it, it's already here. It's negative 1. Okay, that's what happened. Now, if we do not know how to handle it, then it get into negative 2. Well, this is a mess already. Okay, the mind, everything run by itself. The body run by itself. The breathing, the what do you call it? The energy, neural, the mind, all run by itself. It's a chaotic situation already. Okay. So it get to the negative 2. So from here, when you run into negative 2, your entire 4 core elements, your body, your mind, your breathing, your energy neural is in chaotic already in this negative 2. Now, when one get into this negative 2, okay, and it can get further if it's not handled properly. So, at the beginning, I said that, you know, we need to get professional help. If we get into this negative 2, we know it's out of control already. We know it's out of control already. Okay? So we need medicine. We need medical help. So that we can keep it there or stabilize it down or get it back. Okay? So this is important to know. Okay? Because once it spiral down that way, you cannot handle it, and you cannot say, well, I think I do not want to I using your mind to think to try to control it. Well, when things running by itself, there's no way you can handle it anymore, because the mind, you know, how many times when we get so pissed off and then we try our best, try to control, but we can't, we end up explode. Okay. And again, that get back to this, like I show you. You try to go one way, it's going to blow up another way, okay? So if it is at negative 2 for a long period of time, and it's always like that, we need medical help. And especially, you know, people, sometimes it's really sad that we do not know how to handle this, so that we stay in a long time, say in negative 2, like this. It ends up changing our habits of the handling of the 4 layer elements, or the 4 core elements. And it ends up that we stuck in this place. And that's why we need medical help. Okay? Now, so we know how this emotion starts to snowballing. Okay, we know how it's snowballing. And so we want to understand, you know, about our human body handling, or the 4-layer handling, which is, this is the handling. Okay, the handling is that if your calmness is proportional to your calmness, the deeper your calmness, the better your body, mind, energy handling, or your emotion handling, or your feelings handling. So there is proportion to the calmness. Okay. Now, do we train that daily? Or develop that? There's an issue we need to look into. Okay. And if again, if we want to talk about the EQ, emotion intelligence and so forth, you see that the calmness, the lower calmness, that is how the mind layer will work here. And when you have a calmness on the top, you have this. And if you have this type of a mind layer of handling, one will be able to avoid a lot of things, which is we get stuck in this level of handling of the mind. Okay. So another is that people would have this level. Say if one is at this level. Okay, the same problem in this level. This level, it might get into spiral down, but if you're in this level, it doesn't see the problem, or it solve the problem here. So that's why you need to develop the calmness, and that is important. And of course, even if people have this calmness here, is depend on the condition too. We probably might have a bad day. Even we normally have a calmness here. If we have a bad day, we are here. Say for example, we eat the wrong thing. We have a digestion system issue. Okay, and that day the digestion system is not that great, and then there's just bloating and all kind of stuff, burping and everything. At this, and then we meet something, we face some issue, okay, then we're going to spiral in. Okay, now, but usually if we are not in that physical indigestions and all those kind of issue, we do not have that, and we are in this here, then we are not going to spiral in, because this is dissolved here. Okay, so it's based on the handling of the feelings and emotion is greatly dependent on the calmness level. Okay, the level of calmness. Okay, so if we have using the three principle, the three principle of the human operating system, we can untie it. Say for example, if we develop our calmness, so we are here, right? We know that emotion and feeling is based on is depend on the calmness. So we develop and we are always here, okay? And some days, by somehow our physical in pain can influence all the four core elements, and thus influence our mind and so forth, and we end up here. So this is going to spiral even before we know. But if we know the three principles of the HOS, right away here we know how to manage it back. Okay? Or right away, because we know these three principles, and we know the HOS, like we're aware of what happened when it is getting here, and we say, oh, I need to call the 911 because this might be a stroke. Okay, so that's how we handle the thing, because if your emotion cannot be controlled and it keeping going on and on and on, you need medical help because the body cannot stay stable. It's like I show you just now on this thing. When you get into this chaotic situation already, maybe we will not be able to handle it anymore. So we need to call medical help. But we can do preventive, and we develop our calmness all day long, and we let us stay in this level. Then we're not going to get into there, or even if we get into there, it's very fast. We apply the 3 principle, we come back. Okay, even if we don't come back here, we come back just to 0. We are not going to go this way. Okay. Now, if it's really go this way, uncontrollable, the body react, the energy and everything react, then there's a time we need to call the medical center. Okay, and also watch out there in the edge handling. Okay, the handling. So when one get into this issue, this -2, right? When one get into this issue, okay, just the beginning here. It's the beginning of the body feel sensation, so forth. When you get into this issue, okay, one need to know that the handling, what we can handling is the physical. We don't want to go up there to the mind, to the breathing or the energy neural, because we do not have a direct handling of those stuff, and we do not know what it is. And especially when the mind is in the spiral, in the what do you call it, run on and drifting and all kinds of confusion state already, the mind, we not be able to use the mind to handle the emotion or the feeling. So what we need to do? We need to go handle the physical. For example, you walk out of the room. Instead of saying that, I stay in this room, I get pissed off, I stay in the room, and then I want to reason with myself, okay? You will end up like that. You end up like that. And then this thing might go blow up, okay? You walk out from the room. Well, it's not that you want to be impolite. You walk out, remove your presence, your physical. That's only what you can do, because you have no handle on other things. Okay, because it's a mess already. Okay, it is a mess already. So remove yourself out from the situations. Okay. So instead of running into some different wild state, which is you don't even know what you're doing, or we just blank ourselves. Okay. So if we remove ourselves, from the physical present, then it actually indirectly influence our other core elements. Okay, that's why it's very quick to don't even say anything, walk up, and then we can always come back to apology. Okay, but that's better than you stay there and then you're just trying to, to control and then get action, reaction, force, and so. The second thing is that if this work or something, you want to do massage. You don't want to think. You don't want to use my thinking. Say, I want to calm down. No, you just massage. So why? Because when you do massage, your mind and everything, attention is all in your massage, and you're helping this body to settle down. So you handle the physical. Okay. So that get into why is the design of of this 10 minutes distress. It start with the massage. It's because when one get into -1 already, you don't want him to sit down. You want him to move his body, massage, so that you actually dissipate or make the energy of that spiral emotion and stress, using it in the proper way to channel it. Okay, you channel it and use it for positive, like massage and so forth. Okay, So you need to know how to handle this. If we don't know how to handle this, we get into here and then we blow up, okay? It is not that the people who have bad temper want to have bad temper. It is not that the people who have emotion issue want to have emotion issue. It is that we don't know how to handle it. It's just like when the car we drive already have a smoke out there. And then are we going to stop or are we going to drive faster? If we are not trained, we might go drive faster, pushing the gas, and then you're going to get into more problem. But if we are trained, what are we going to do? Stop the car, get out from the car, call 911. Okay? So that's how we need to know, So that is what we need to know on this handling. Okay? And so the handling is, in other words, it's based on, so to sum for you, the handling of the emotion, this calmness and awareness, it's based on our daily development of our calmness level. We don't want to be here daily, we want to be here. That's number one. The second, if in case we get into here, we know the three P of the human operating system. We're going to use it. In case it get to here, we can use the 3P. This is saying negative 1.5 to get it back. In case it stay at negative 2, with the three principle, you know that we need to call medical help. It's like the car is getting the temperature get high, the temperature of the car getting higher. We need to call for medical help. Okay, and then so this is the second. Okay, this is the second thing we need to know. The third thing is when it get to here, when it get to negative 1, the emotions and so forth, deal with the physical layer. Okay, not try to reason with it or try to use the mind control and all kind of stuff, which is we want to do this. Okay, so that is on the handling. Okay, and always remember that medical help is needed. If one have a long-term issue staying here, of course you need to have medical treatment, and then you want to build out your calmness, okay, so that we can get back to it. All right, now, so this is what it is, and however, things can be untied. Okay, so let me share with you this. This is linked to the Chinese ancient culture and Buddhism and what we call the human development. Okay. So this is calmness, this is awareness, negative 1. 1, 2. So for example, over here, say if we hurt something, we get angry, okay, and then the emotion run there. Okay, now if one have the development of the calmness, one can actually right away get into, say, to the samatha state or the calmness state, and then do insight vipassana or insight meditation. Say, for example, I get mad when this guy is talking something, okay? And if I have the calmness development, I have the training of the vipassana or the insight training, I can get into, and I have the high level of calmness, I can get in here and look at what is the cause of my emotion or anger. And often I can see the reason I'm angry is because I have fear. And then if you go inside there, again, this is a vipassana, You go inside there, you say, oh, I have fear. Fear of what? Fear of, oh, because I have no confidence on this case. I fear I get picked at by somebody. But at the minute you see that and the solution appear, saying that, hey, you know what? I can always listen and I always can change and improve myself. Then this hot button will dissolve once for all, because before it's like when people say something, I just get into reactions, try to protect myself, afraid of I'm no good enough, and that's why I'm angry, okay, because of my fear and so forth. But once I know that, you see that, whenever people say something, I say, hey, you know what, I can use that to improve myself. If whatever they say is true. If whatever they say is not true, forget about it. Don't worry about it, right? So that is how the Vipassana, the Buddhists, especially the Buddhism teaching of the Vipassana, is good for. Okay, and that is why Vipassana can cross through the river of suffering. Is because they use Vipassana to have an insight on what is the root and solve that in a positive way. Okay, and that's not thinking, that's not philosophy. One need to have the calmness and the training of the insight meditation. Okay, now one can untie that. After that, there's no grudge anymore. However, one might still need medical help. Say for example, if I am in here with all these emotion conditions, and after a while my body, my 4-layer elements is influenced, and certain part of my body damaged, certain part of my body damaged or get into a certain condition. So even if I can bring myself back and I see whatever it is happen here, I no longer have the hot spot that people can push, or myself can push, or hot button people can push, or I can push. I still have my body condition. Okay? I still have my body condition I have to deal with, and that you need medications. Doesn't matter it is a Zen patriarch or Buddha. As soon as you have this body, this 4-layer, you need medication. That's why the 6th area of concern, we need to know that 6th area of concern, the diet, the rest or exercise, and then the medications is within that 6th area of concern. Okay, so this is the holistic way how you look at that in terms of human operating system with human operating system. Okay, and that's why I am actually proposing we all go train in this what do you call it, the meditations here, the package, the stress package, where you have the measurement, okay, the measurements where we can track our progress, and then the meditations designed for that. Because if we have the package, we know how to track our calmness or stress level, and then we have a practice of meditation always this way, then we can try to prevent that we go this way, okay, because of the meditation. And then because we know our body better, so that we be able, like driving a car, when we see a different thing in the dashboard, that we know what it is. If it is time that our car dry out, the engine do not have enough water or coolant, we know what it is. We can fix that. But if there's an engine problem, then we need to go to the service center. Okay, so this is what I'd like to share with you today. And I wrote this book for human operating system. I try my best to use the common denominator and so forth. of the ancient China. You know, it's a big data of 1,000 years, you know, record down there. So hopefully some days in our education, in our junior high school, we learn about this thing. Okay? Because again, the AI is coming. The AI is coming, the artificial intelligence. We don't want our kid to be here. We want them to be here. So they always can have a handle. Okay? So that is in the what do you call it? In the Human Operating System Facebook group, that is a topic on this book. If people read this book and have questions and so forth, you know, people can share over there. And I have to apologize. One thing on this book is my English is not that good, even though, you know, I graduate in, you know, I go to grad school in America, get my thesis and so forth. But because I have to, or I learn different language, and English is not my mother tongue, so I wrote what I can do, and so there's some grammatic issue here. You know, you can ask me if you're not sure in the Human Operating System Facebook group. Okay. However, if I don't do it fast, this thing, I might not be able to get the book out. You lose the momentum to do things. You want to do everything. And actually writing this book, since last year, you know, the end of last year I wrote it. It just took about 2 months to finish the whole thing. So by the end of last year and so forth, I got it done already. It's just dragging and dragging, because to go over the book, so that to make sure that the English and the presentation is proper, everything is really a lot of effort, and many people is helping me, but still, because we want to get the book of this much content out, I practically need a professional team to help me for that, but I have to do my work on my job and so forth, and have to do this, and I want to give the best, everything, you know, what I know in that level in the book. So it end up that way. So this is to share with you today.